What's going on, everyone? It's Jeremy with JMed's Brick Clicks. I'm finally able to say I am done with my cathedral build, which is a remake of the St. Joseph's Cathedral, or chapel, that's located in Arcadia, Missouri. We've got all our tile work on the roof. We've got our steeple, stained glass throughout. Got our doors and steps. I'm going to point out some of the bigger features, but just give you a 360, just a pan over and stuff. I used the red cylinders as a ridge cap. Sand green pieces just for some extra decoration. Now this thing was actually, it's probably the hardest thing I've ever had to build in Lego. That wasn't a set. So the hardest custom build that I've ever done. It's in two parts, so you can see a seam right through here where it comes apart into two, and that's basically just for transport. The back, having this rounded back, that was a challenge. The rounded roof, which I know it's not perfect, but that's a couple hours of messing with it. And it's solid. It's actually connected. Now these panels can come off if I need to take one of these off, so I can put a flashlight or some kind of light inside to make the stained glass light up. That's a possibility. These little things come off, and you can see it's hideously ugly inside. Using parts that are on the pick-a-brick wall at the Lego store that are cheap to be able to use just for support. Yeah, just like any other set that you buy, they use all the random colors of the world to basically make it easier to build, but because sometimes certain colors, like yellow or orange, they're not as desirable and they're cheaper to produce. So, that's what I did. We've got our roof vents. Best guess on this, we're looking at 9,000-ish parts. Now, I don't know the exact amount. I'm trying to go off set orders or part orders when I bought from Bricklink or from the Lego website, and it shows you how many pieces you had in that order. I didn't use all those pieces in each order, and there's other orders where I didn't have them, or I already had the piece, so I just grabbed it out of my collection, like some of these parts bins. So best guess, we're looking at 9,000 parts. Yeah, the roof has a ton of them. And then you can see the steeple. It's, I don't know, maybe 300-400 parts by itself. Each one of those is a 1x1, and it's an octagonal shape. But yeah, then we add in flowers, our stonework around the foundation. I really like how that turned out. I think if I do a castle, I'm going to use this design. We've got our steps to the basement, to the side. In the front here, you'll notice we have one randomly placed red one. And because they don't make that in sand red, that's just a little stone. And on the real thing, it says 1908 when this structure was actually built. We've got our front part. Yes, that was a super challenge as well to make this round stained glass window. I think that and the rounded back were the two biggest things that I was concerned about going into this project, because I'd never done that. Custom door, it doesn't open, it's just solid. But staircases, you can see what we've used. It was a fun challenge that took almost 3 months. Probably could have took less. Part of it is waiting on the mail, waiting on parts to be delivered, waiting on time to build, just having the extra free time, which in the winter, that's probably the best time for me because my job slows down a little bit. But then when you get into November and December, there's always stuff going on, like every single weekend. It's a party or some kind of get-together. So it eats into the free time to be able to build. Take you over the top Try to not get my foot in the shot. But yeah, I guess maybe a drone shot here is what we're going for. And you can see the other side. And I've made this to where a lot of it comes off because I'm going to have to transport it. That comes off. You can see down in there, there's our stained glass. And you can see it's meant to fit to shape. And we got these little weird ledges and stuff. I took an idea from the Haunted House drop ride set using these panels, which work great to kind of look like a guttering system, but it also locks in this whole thing. If you've ever tiled stuff like this before, you'll know Lego likes to bow. It doesn't stay flat. So everything in here is connected on the inside and then pulled down to another beam or cross beam to basically lock everything in. So when I take this apart, I've got to take the ridge cap off. This whole back part will come off. So I'll take these little pieces off. And I've got to take this extra ridge, which you can see here, off because this whole thing slides in just like a puzzle. That was the biggest part of the challenge. Just building it as a solid piece would have been way easier. I'll admit that. But because this isn't staying here in the Lego room, it's actually going to this location where this is in Arcadia, Missouri, at the what used to be the Ursuline Academy. Now it's called the Arcadia Academy, or Arcadian Academy. I've seen both ways. I went to preschool there. That's where the nuns taught. Before that, it was a girls' college for, I don't know, 60, 70 years. But anyway, that is my project. We're going to say 9,000 parts. How many hours? 60 plus. And that doesn't include the hours of just sitting here and thinking, how am I going to do this? How do I build this? And the, who knows, dozen hours of checking on Bricklink, looking for parts, finding the best prices, price shopping Bricklink over the Lego.com website. Like these little parts. All of these, makes a weird sound. They're 14 cents a piece for those red masonry bricks. Yeah, we have over 1,000 of them. So that was a big part of the cost. What's the total cost on this? I honestly don't know. It is over 1,000. I will say that. It is over $1,000. But as for how much, I don't know. So there was a lot of rebates and gift with purchases that I kind of got, and double points and different things. So closest thing I can think of, probably $1,200 if you wanted to try to build it yourself. I don't have any instructions. I don't have any desire to try to do PDF instructions because this is, yeah, it'd probably take me 4 times as long just to do the instructions than it did to build this from scratch. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding on that. I can't imagine trying to build this with the Lego instructions, creating them on a PDF studio program. Anyway, that's what we got, guys. Hopefully you like it. If you're in Missouri, if you've been to this location, which I know some local people will end up seeing this, go check it out. It'll be in one of their showcases. It was a fun challenge for me. Yeah, these little things just pop off. Just trying to get just the smallest little details to be correct. And if you've been seeing it, yeah, I've been trying to put as many pictures in here as possible just to show what the reference material is. There is no interior. You saw back there, it's just ugly as can be, different colors, and that's just because if the most I'm going to do is have a big open space so I can put a light in there to make these stained glass lights light up. And I think that's what we're going to try to do here before we end the video. So let's do that first before we say goodbye. Okay, a little sneak peek on the inner workings. There's our roof panel. There's what it looks like on the inside. I did add a floor in there you can see just the dark bluish gray, but we've got support beams and we've got the light on. We're going to go turn the main light off here so we can get some illumination going, just so you can see it a little bit better. Alright, so there's our stained glass. Yeah, you can see a little bit through it. That's okay, I didn't want to double up the wall. Just need to push it together a little more, but some stained glass in the back. I really like how these stained glass windows turned out. And then let's go to the front. And that circle window, I love how that turned out. We've got our doorway. It kind of looks interesting with the way that the lights kind of illuminate through the door. We've got our little top one. Our two sides. I'm really happy with it. You can see the reflection on the back side. Same thing. Same exact design as this. Full building. I didn't do half of it. There's no holes or anything. It's fully enclosed. So with that being said, guys, hopefully you like this project. I know it took a lot of my time, but it was well worth it. And I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. And we'll see you in the next one.